part of Scherzo. There are three main chunks to this piece for you guys. Your first one starting at circle 5 and going until you start pizzicatoing at measure 22. Then you have your center pizzicato section, which is from measure 22, until you're done pizzicatoing at the end of measure 43. And then your last section is there from 44 until the end, that pepperoni pizza rhythm, okay? So let's talk about a couple of things with this piece. The first one being, for the first violin part, you have all low second fingers, okay? If you look at your key signature, it does say that there's one sharp, and that would be F sharp. However, there are no F sharps in the first violin part, so you don't even need to worry about that, okay? For our purposes, what you need to do, remember when we have that low second finger, you are going to pull it back so your second finger is now touching the red tape, right next to the red tape, not on top of the white tape, okay? Just like in Long, Long Ago, and just like when we did like the Jaws thing, okay, what we called the shark, where they're really close to each other, okay? All right, so let's start with our first chunk, that circle 5. You'll notice there's crescendos and diminuendos starting in measure 6. So make sure that as you get louder, you use more bow, and as you want the volume to get less, you use a little less bow. So we have that nice shaping, that phrasing, like what Mr. Fishburne comes in and helps us add in, okay? Then we have the first measure, we see cello, and you see those itty-bitty notes. Those are what we call the cello cues. You don't play it. It is what the cellos play, and the editors thought it would be nice if you knew what they were doing, just so it would be helpful, I guess. So you will be counting your rests for those first 4 measures, and then you come in to join the group at circle 5. Okay, so let's just start at circle 5, right on it, that low second finger. And I want you to be really careful about how you count your lift set, okay? I literally want you thinking the words lift set, and then when you get to that dotted half note, it needs to be exactly 3 counts, okay? This is how the first 2 measures would go. Lift set, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then it follows that pattern essentially through. So notice how you're counting the lift set, and then when you have that dotted half note, you are counting exactly 1, 2, 3 before you push on beat 4. Okay, let's try. Here we go, circle 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Lift set, 1, 2, 3. Half note, lift set, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, ready, go. Lift set, 2, 3. Half note, lift set, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is our first chunk. That's all there is to it. Now we're switching into our second chunk, which is our pizzicato part, okay? You need to be very steady with it, okay? And be counting the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and by counting those ands, you'll keep yourself from rushing. That subdivision will keep you. Also, notice your dynamics. We do have the crescendos and diminuendos through this chunk as well, okay? All right, you start with your basic boom, chuck, at 24. Y'all are the chucks. All right, start for me right at 22 where our pizzicato section starts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, chuck, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, 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 rest. Softer. Okay, then that brings us to the end of our second chunk. Make sure you're following those, getting louder and getting softer as you get through that entire pizzicato section. All right, your section 3 starts at circle 44. You guys are back to having the melody. You take it back from the cello bass. And this is where we start our pepperoni pizza rhythm. Notice there is a nice strong crescendo. Your first two measures here, and how you're going to do that, you're going to use more and more bow as you go through. I'll turn an angle so you can kind of see it. So notice when I started, I use a little bow. A little more. The more bow I use, the more volume I get. Remember, the bow is your sound maker. This makes no sound by itself until you put the bow with it. Okay, let's start right on at 44. Make sure you're counting very carefully of your eighth notes, okay? 1, 2, 44, go. Pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and half a noted, pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, lift set. 1, 2, 53, go. Pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza. And 4 and half a noted, pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza. 1, 2, 3, lift set. 1, 2, shh, go. All this is nice and quiet. Rest, rest, rest. Lift set, lift set. And we're going to lift and just hold that so our sound releases into the air. All right, so this should keep you going through here. Okay, I want you to take very careful counting, and I want you to make sure that you are very exact where your lift set goes. If it goes after you have a 3-count dotted half note, okay, or if it's between 1 lift set, 3 lift set, okay, just like we learned in cloggins, applying all those things from the previous songs in the year to this one. All right, thank you so much. See you in class.